Alright, so this is going to be the start of a new build. As you can see, it's pretty beefy. We're going to be going over the goal of the project, how the truck's going to look, what's going to be in the build videos, and then what the point of building this thing is. To make this quick and simple, the goals of the project are going to be to make something that's not only good looking, but something that can handle several hundred pounds of payload capacity, and that way it can be useful for transporting heavy things. We are always moving an engine or transmission or bricks or something heavy. We got a lot of projects all the time, so again, not only to look good, but to also be functional and have some kind of payload capacity. As far as the build of the truck goes, we're going to be using this cab. I'm going to have a flatbed on the back. We're going to have a single front axle and then dual rear axles. And this is just a crawler tire I have sitting here, but we're going to be using some 1/14 scale Tamiya aluminum wheels with the stiffest tires we can get. And there'll be more on that in the later videos on how to stiffen those up even more than they already are to handle. So this is the intro video on this build, obviously. So this video is going to be somewhat different than the rest of all the other videos. I'm going to be going over the math behind the gear ratios for the drivetrain. There's going to be a lot of custom building on this build, just for the sake of saving money and for the learning experience, figuring out what works and what doesn't, especially as far as the suspension goes. A lot of the suspension is going to be completely custom work. The build videos are not only going to be showing the cutting, grinding, and welding, but they'll also be going over my thoughts and ideas behind the designs I'll be using in my suspension setup and anything else that will be custom built. So if you enjoy the understanding part of the videos and the build parts, this is going to be a build series that you're probably going to like. So I'm sure a lot of people are going to be wondering, what's the point of this build? I'm building this thing just kind of for the fun of it. It's also going to be for functionality. Obviously, as I said before, I'm trying to get somewhat of a decent payload capacity out of it. And then also kind of for the learning experience. Like I was talking about before, I was talking about figuring out gear ratios, and that'll all be explained in a later video, but it's really interesting stuff, at least it was to me. And in order to do a build like this where it's completely custom and you're doing your own gearbox, you need to have a basic understanding of that kind of thing. The concept of this is the same concept as you would have with a four-wheeler or say a muscle car. So number one, it's for fun mostly, but number two, it's also functional. For the muscle car, it's transportation, it gets you around, but it's mostly for fun. And four-wheelers, the same kind of thing. It's mostly for fun, but you can use it for work also, so it can be very useful. All right, so that's it. That kicks off this build. I'm gonna be building this over the next month or month and a half. Hopefully you guys can stick with me if this piques your interest. If it does, make sure you go down below this video, click on the subscribe button, make sure you hit the bell to get your notifications, and enjoy the videos. Thanks for watching.